Smashers cannot be denied.
The defending champions won in 5 sets in game number 1, but this is a best of 3, which begs the question, can their old rivals win today and force a winner-take-all game number 3? Welcome to game 2 of the semifinals of the Open Conference from the PCB Social, Civic, and Cultural Center in Bacara, Ilocos Norte. This is One Sports exclusive coverage of the country's first and only professional volleyball league, the Premier Volleyball League, and it is live on One Sports Plus, and Signal Play, and this is what is on tap. The CREAMLINE Cool Smashers have a 1-0 advantage coming into game number 2 versus the PETRO GAZZ Angels. Hi everybody, thank you for watching us. I'm Eric Tepan alongside Noreen Go, and what a game number 1 it was between these two teams, Noreen.
It was by far one of the best or better games we've witnessed, in a long time. And all the drama, all the sub-stories, all the action, just encapsulated into one game. But a lot of talk was, about PETRO GAZZ. Going into this match, a lot of people said it will go this distance. Why this new PETRO GAZZ bunch are peaking at the right time. And they did take CREAMLINE into 5 sets. It was really close. It could have gone either way, but CREAMLINE just really managing to, inject a little poise at the end of that game to win the 5th set. You can look at the scores. Oh my goodness.
How close.
I know, 27-29, 25-23, 25-16, 25-17. So it was even going to the 5th set. You really didn't know who had the momentum. Even if CREAMLINE won the 4th set, it was really up for grabs. And again, I said, just enough poise to win it 16-14.
One of the longest matches so far in the season with almost 2.5 hours. I mean, the first set alone was 30 minutes plus. As you look at Tots Carlos, second best scorer in that game versus PETRO GAZZ.
Yeah, Tots Carlos really playing big. And we did mention we were happy for this kid that she got to play with the CREAMLINE franchise alongside Eliza Valdez, Michelle Gumarma, and Tai Bundel. Because what she learned and what she's showing us right now is maturity, from her university days. And she's bringing it with the big guns. And she played well, 18. That's her number, but 23 points, 22 attacks, 1-8. But, really, it's the maturity for me, and the Tots Carlos fans have to be excited, really, with her future.
And she started in all sets except for the third, currently 42.37% from the field. Let's find out the mindset of the team coming into this game number 2, as earlier today, Ai Tinsay spoke with Gemma Galanza.
For me naman, ang importante talaga is yung kung ano yung kaya kong ma-help sa team. Parang first set talagang medyo down kami. And kung yung energy ko sa court, nakakapagbigay sa kanila ng energy din sa kanila. So gusto ko lang mabigyan sila ng boost and ano yung kaya kong ma-contribute na points. For today's game, mas ilas yung errors. And then, syempre, mas maging better pa dun sa kahapon na game. And play happy lang. Yun lang naman yung lagi sa amin sinasabi ni Coach na.
Always very simple, always straight to the point, limit the errors. They are one of the more error-prone teams in the Open Conference, but stay happy, as per the coaching staff.
All the time, they have to stay happy. But yes, errors have been their Waterloo or their weakness. So they're really gonna check that in today's game because, one of their key assets really is their spikes. They had 79 compared to 59 of PETRO GAZZ. So, they have to check the errors, try to minimize, keep it at an absolute minimum as much as possible if they want their lives to be easier. Of course, it will not be easier. PETRO GAZZ is PETRO GAZZ. But,
that's right.
If you minimize these errors, the offense will obviously flow.
Meanwhile, for the PETRO GAZZ Angels, let's put the spotlight on their second leading scorer in that 5-set loss versus CREAMLINE. We're talking about Ces Molina, 26-year-old out of Nueva Ecija.
Yeah, this girl really has improved in this conference. We know she's a good player. We have to mention she is part of the national team.
That's right.
So she is really good. And she's getting better and better after each game in that match. 17 points. she really complimented Myla Pablo, but they need more from her, Myla Pablo, and for me, Eric, one name I would like to say in today's game, Rachel Soltones,
That's
has
right.
to be big if they want to pull out and win here in this game 2.
Well, Soltones is the second or eighth best scorer, but the second best server in the team, and she really needs to step up coming into this game. Now, for the mindset of Petro Gazz coming into game number 2, where they are down 0-1, let's listen into Gretzel Soltones.
Sabi ng coaches namin, yung maliliit na lapses namin, ayun yung nagiging malaking pagkakamali namin as a team. Paulit-ulit lang eh, so kailangan namin ma-overcome yun na kung may nangyaring ganito, adjustment agad. For me lang ha, kasi ako pag may big games, di kailangan blanco yung isip ko. Kumbaga doon ako nakakapag-relax eh. So ngayon, wala ko masyadong iniisip, basta in every point mag-e-enjoy lang kami as a team.
But Gretzel Soltones, always a smiling face on the court. You can't really tell just by looking at her if their team is down or they're enjoying a 5-point lead.
And we followed her career really, Soren, when she was playing for the university and how much she's grown also. But I feel she has still a lot to prove. She is one good kid, a very talented kid with so much more to give. And we're hoping, especially the Petro Gazz fans, you're hoping to see it today as she complements people like Remy Palma, Myla Pablo, and Ces Molina.
Well, we talked about some of the other players from both teams. Now let's take a look at the stars, or the star for both teams, who will definitely carry much of the load for the Angels and the Cool Smashers. I'm talking about our key showdown between Myla Pablo and Eliza Valdez.
Yeah, the MVP versus MVP showdown. Myla Pablo playing huge for Petro Gazz in that game. But it just came up a little short. But she played well. We can't say anything about her. She gave it her all. But Eliza Valdez really led her team and did just enough there in that 5th set to pull off a 16-14 win.
And take a look at these numbers, Noreen. I mean, hindi nagkakalayo. They're so close because they're so talented. These are players who were born to score.
They're born to win, really. So you know that they will play their game today. So the key right now is really the team. Their teams, how their teams play. Their teams have got to support these MVPs if they want to win.
26 points for Myla Pablo, 25 points for Eliza Valdez. Pablo is 27, Eliza is 28 years old. They're, I mean, just so close in the standings. That's how good these players are. Pablo, a one-time national team player in 2015. Of course, Eliza Valdez, current member of the national team. Pablo hits 44% from the field, which is 8th best in the league. Meanwhile, Eliza Valdez is 3rd best in the league. So, I mean, again, not a lot separate these two in terms of skills. It's just that desire. Who wants it more? I mean, especially towards the end of a season. I mean, when the cream of the crop, so to speak, show up, it's really that desire. Who wants it more?
Oh, for sure. Really. You forget all the stats coming into this game, especially if you're Petro Gazz. You're fighting for your life, so to speak. So you want to win this from start to finish. You have to give it your all. But if you're Creamline, you just got to keep them in check, put them in their place, and play your game. But it's going to be close. We'll see.
I mean, 109, 108 in terms of total points in game number 1. It doesn't get any closer than that. First set, 34 minutes. Second set, 29 minutes. And the 5th set went to an extended one as well. So, I mean, it really could go either way.
Even today, it could go either way. People say that Creamline does have the momentum because it was a gut-wrenching win, for Petro Gazz. But Petro Gazz, like I said earlier, they're peaking at the right time. And they showed, they want to win this. They fell short in game 1, but if they really want to win this, they can come up with the same game, maybe huge, maybe bigger. And for them and for their fans, they want to win game number 2.
Michelle Gumabao, they're going to lean on her pretty hard, along with Meneses. She's really blossomed from her days with UST.
That's true. She's playing well. She's more fit, or she's been fit, compared to the past years that we've seen her play. So she will really have to step up as well and, try to win that middle matchup. And you can see Panaga, that's one matchup also where we can look out for.
All right, I know you're excited. We are too. Let's send it down courtside for the starting 6.
gitna pa naman palo ng ano, Creamline. Char.
And now let's meet our national referees for game 2. First referee, Lumar Pajarillo. Second referee, Nestor Matematico. And now let's meet the starters first for the Petro Gazz Angels. Outside spiker from San Sebastian College, Recoletos, number 5, Ratzel Soltones. Opposite hitter from San Beda University, number 7, Ces Molina. Middle blocker from the Far Eastern University, number 9, Ram Palma. Center from De La Salle University, number 17, team captain, Chi Said. Middle blocker from the University of Santo Tomas, number 18, Ria Meneses. Outside spiker from the National University, number 19, Mayla Pablo. And the starting libero from the University of the East, number 8, Kat Arado. Head coach for Petro Gazz is Arnold Lanyong. And now the starters for the Creamline Cool Smashers. Outside spiker from the Ateneo de Manila University, number 2, team captain, Eliza Valdez. Middle blocker from the National University, number 5, Risa Santo. Middle blocker from the College of St. Benil, number 6, Jeanette Panaga. Center from Ateneo, number 12, Gia Morado. Outside spiker from Anderson University, number 15, Chima Galanza. Opposite hitter from the University of the Philippines, number 18, Tom Carlos. Starting hitter from the Far Eastern University.
No change whatsoever for Coach Arnold Lanyog and his starting 6. Let's take a look at players. Meneses, number 18, is currently the best blocker, so that's going to be a huge challenge for the offense of Creamline to try and get through her. In the meantime, for Sherwin Meneses and his lineup for the Cool Smashers, a bit of a change as Michelle Gumabao is not going to be in the starting lineup. Tots Carlos, who started in the previous game in place of Galanza, will take Gumabao's place today.
Yeah, obviously Creamline's opting to use that 6 that won them the 4th and 5th set. So it's a matter of adjustments, and for Petro Gazz, you've seen the 6, you've played against them, although you lost the 4th and 5th set. What adjustments will you make when you play this 6 of Creamline?
Well, for Creamline, we were talking about it, maybe one of the major keys is limit the turnovers. I mean, it's going to be hard to win if they keep committing, 30 plus 30 turnovers or unforced errors.
Yeah, I mean, errors for them in that match is 35 compared to Petro Gazz's 17.
Right?
So that's more than double. Yeah, they need to keep that in check, really.
Gia Morado, 6th best server in the league, has got an ace there to put Creamline on the board. Pablo. Ella de Jesus will set it up for Valdez.
Oh, good dig.
Rado, one of the best. Ces Molina hitting. De Jesus sends it to Carlos off speed, and that's what we've been talking about. Meneses and how good she is at the net.
And you were just saying, so we can safely say on cue, because we were talking about Meneses. Yes, she will be big. She scored 7 points in that game 1, and you know she needs to score more to help their cause today.
One of the veterans of the league. 3rd best setter, Chi Said. Carlos.
Wow.
Picking up where she left off.
But for me,
That's your spike of the set brought to you by Duncan.
yeah, for me, in that 4th set, it was really a calculated risk for Creamline when they changed the 6, and it worked for them, so why not use the same 6? Yeah.
Said sets it up, and Meneses, yes. Aside from being the best blocker, she's also the 7th best scorer of the conference.
Yeah, that's why we're saying that she has to score more than 7 points if they want to win game 2. And of course, her blocking should be on point also today. Good serve.
Panaga, yes.
Very early on, you can see both teams opting to get their middles involved. In game 1, it was obvious it was a battle of the wing hitters. And in game 2, we're seeing the middle blockers get really active, so it's interesting to see how defense will come into play.
That is way outside for Jeanette Panaga.
Another unforced error.
Yep. 3-all here in the first set. Must-win situation if you're PETRO GAZZ. I mean, there's no tomorrow if you don't win today.
That's why they have to start strong, really. Oh.
But both teams giving up easy points here in the first set.
After a point for Panaga, a point for Meneses, a service error for Panaga, a service error for Meneses. What is going on?
I mean, can you still say jitters? Butterflies in the stomach? I mean, this is game number 2, and there's another service error, Noreen.
I think it's more adrenaline right now because the excitement of this match for both teams, not any more jitters, but because they're already supposedly mentally prepared to come to this match. So a little bit adrenaline, which for me, whoever gets to channel that emotions to the positive will come up victorious.
Back row attack, Valdez.
Oh, what
Great
a
save
save
by Arado. Cross court, and Sultanes, you mentioned her, just 10 points in her last game. She really needs to step up.
Yeah, I mean, take a little pressure off of Myla Pablo.
Spike of the set brought to you by Duncan. I mean, she's way better. We know she is better than 10 points per game.
Yeah, we saw that tip. I mean, does that look like a player who only scored 10 points?
Galanza is rejected. Carlos gets help from the tape of the net. Saet. Palma, yes!
Oh, again, Palma, Rhea Meneses being very aggressive here. Good sign for PETRO GAZZ.
And she saw it. An excellent job getting her middles active, moving.
Yeah, you know, Chisait has been with PETRO GAZZ for so long, and that's why. That is why. She's showing us why she's there.
Sato is blocked. Up by Valdez. Galanza blocked again. Good coverage by Valdez. Galanza, third try. One-handed save, not good enough for Myla Pablo.
Yeah, just a smart hit. Going down the line.
Oh, that's in.
Yeah.
Nearly in.
She took something off of that serve, which is, you know, which looked good. As soon as she hit that ball, you knew it was going to go in, and that totally fooled the defense of PETRO GAZZ.
Sultanes let it go. Got Arado, the best digger and best receiver in the conference. How good is she?
How confident she must make her teammates feel.
That's right. Sultanes. Sato with the attack in the middle. Saet, back row, Pablo. Yes.
Myla Pablo, you know, that's what she did in game 1 from the top, from the left side, from the right side. She's gonna score, we know that. Again, going back to, you know, it has to be a collective effort for PETRO GAZZ.
I was about to say, I mean, she's the kind of player who can score wherever you put her.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
1-2 play is good for Gia Morado. Ties the game at 7.
Just a smart hit. You look at the reaction of Cez Molina, this frustration. She knew it. She was a step late. Just, you know, a split second late to react.
Don't you just hate that when you know it's coming,
Yeah.
you still can't stop it?
Oh, oh.
8-7. PETRO GAZZ up by 1 over CREAMLINE in the first set.
ranking #1 for best receiver and best digger this conference. Kath Arado of the Petro Gazz Angels told me na wala na daw silang oras mag-training kaya nag-adjust na lang sila ng lapses through game viewing with Coach Arnold. Dahil pangatlong beses na nilang makakalaban yung Creamline, galaw na lang talaga ang kanilang iko-correct. Kaya naman tingnan natin kung makakapag-bounce back sila sa set 1.
That's what they're going to try to do here. I mean, no ifs and buts about it, but Panaga, she has other plans in mind as she ties the game at 8-all.
Yeah, for Petro Gazz, they're hoping third time's a charm. But yeah, if you study a certain team for quite some time, you want to win at least one match.
Said goes to Pablo with a tip. Morado, back set. Carlos, that is outside.
Well, one thing you have to mention about Tots Carlos is, you know, in game 1, she actually struggled. She started, but she struggled a lot of errors and she was benched. But when she came into play once again, she proved, you know, the maturity we were actually talking about.
Tough set for Morado. Pablo against two blockers. Yes!
Really like the movement right now of Petro Gazz, and they're communicating well, playing well.
Spike of the set brought to you by Duncan.
Look at that.
Has to be an adjustment on the part of the blockers of Creamline. Move a little to the left,
Yeah.
perhaps. Especially if Pablo's coming from that side. Underhand set by Valdez. Tots Carlos. Arado picking it up. Oh! Said acknowledging the mistake.
Well, she tried. You have to give it to her. It was really too near the net. She tried to make through, but yeah.
Tried to bring it back. But Petro Gazz still up by 1.
And early on here in the first set, you can feel both teams just feeling each other out. You know, the way they're playing is just defensive. Wow.
There is Molina knocking it in.
Well, that's, you know, if you're a Petro Gazz fan, you have to be happy. The people we're talking about, Molina's playing well, Pablo's playing well, Vanessa's, you know, it's so far, it's a team effort. That's why they find themselves ahead.
Pablo with a serve. Underhand set for Morado. Tots Carlos. Saed sends it to Molina with a push. Yes, smart play by Ces Molina.
She is a veteran also, not part of the national team. She knew what to do with that.
And it's in the genes too. Her mom was an open hitter. Played for the Central Luzon State University. So the volleyball smarts is in the blood.
Yeah. She probably woke up already playing volleyball.
Tots Carlos from the middle.
She's really versatile. Tots Carlos, look at the way she hit that.
Almost like a middle attacker.
Yeah.
With the way, you know, her body, that control in midair. 10 serving 12.
Good serve.
Meneses gets a taste of her own medicine from Risa Sato.
Good read there. But this is one person on the side of Creamline. You want to get her more involved in that first game. Not too active, a little bit quiet. That's how you want to get her in her game as well.
Creamline keeping in step. Chance to tie. Oh, but Meneses says not right now.
That's such a great set. No blockers going up to challenge that. Look at this.
And also very good for Saed to let Meneses try again after she got blocked in the previous play.
Yeah. It's a way to boost her confidence.
Sato, that's going to be outside. No check ball.
Right now it's a battle again of the middle blockers. But so far, Meneses looks like she's getting the better of it.
Liza Valdez currently the best scorer in the PVL. Combination play, Galanza with the finish.
How sweet it is.
Very nice execution.
Right center of two good blockers in Rem Fama and Ces Molina.
It's one of those occasions where, I mean, we couldn't commit, so we'll just jump and try our best to block. That's what Molina and Palma did.
Hope for the best.
Go for it. 2 straight points for the Cool Smashers, and they make it a 1-point set. Solid block there on Gretzel Soltones.
Yep, good read. You know, you also have to give it to Creamline's blocking as well. They're not the tallest of teams, but timing-wise.
Free ball for the Cool Smashers. Galanza, block.
1-1. Palma Molina versus Galanza, 1-1.
Molina, was that Molina? Yeah, that was
Yeah.
Molina with a solid block. 2-point lead, Petro Gazz, 15-13, set number 1. Great serve.
Yeah.
Tots Carlos. Molina picking it up. Great save by Arado. Free ball for the Cool Smashers. 1-2 play.
Oh, still
Again,
alive.
Arado, what a save. Soltones, cross court. Over received by Galanza. Soltones again. Off speed. Galanza picking it up. Valdez. Carlos from the back row. Soltones.
Oh, good save.
Excellent coverage by both teams. Galanza is blocked. Morado. They go to Valdez from the back row. The tip. Saet sends it over.
Oh!
Yes. In the confusion of the scramble, Saet taking advantage and scoring in the back row. 16-13. Petro Gazz up by 3 over Creamline, set number 1.
Kaya nga, yung pagkanet, saktong lipas, yun yung ano, pati kay Gaspi kahapon. Yun nga eh. Pag ano, sabay lipat, biglang nagtatouch din, kaya hindi nakikita.
Both teams with a good account of themselves. Both teams making a good account of themselves here in the first set, Noreen. But Petro Gazz able to hold off Creamline every time the Cool Smashers make a run for it.
Yeah, they're playing really well, but you know, prior to that second technical timeout, I wanted to say, Chisa just said, my name is Chisa. With that tip there.
That's veteran smarts what Chisa did. Take a look at Risa Sato in action here.
Yeah, that's really smart of Gia Morado. You know, Sato is infectious, I would say.
Yeah.
You get her involved, you know, the spirit she brings to her teammates. So you want to get her involved.
Palma, it may not seem like a big deal as there's a net violation on the part of Creamline. It may not seem like a big deal the way she's always so bubbly, but you're right. I mean, if she gets into the action and then starts cheering the team and getting herself happy, it's infectious and it lifts the mood of the team.
Yeah, she's always happy. That's all we can say.
Good receive by Carlos. Sato once again. Every time she scores, you think it's the winning shot.
Exactly. It's like for a highlight reel.
Always a great presence on the court, Lisa Sato.
It's just smart of her to find that hole in the corner.
2-point game. Chisaet. Palma. Great save there by Tots Carlos, and she's throwing her body all over the floor here. Tots Carlos, what an effort defensively.
Yeah, you have to give her that, give her effort, but what about Chisa? Heads up play. Dropping it there.
Just a smart player, Chisay. Super smart.
And she's playing big today so far here in the
That's right.
first set.
Kyla Chenza on your screens. One-handed set there. Beautiful play by Gia Morado for Jeanette Panaga.
It looked easy for the viewers. It looked very easy. But here, I think we got a second look at that. How did she set that without lifting it? Talent.
Yeah. That's next level talent. She's not the best setter for anything.
Yeah. Good serve.
Meneses. Morado to Carlos. Yes.
Oh.
Once Carlos gets that wind up, beautiful angle too. You can almost say it's automatic.
What a set by Gia Morado as well. Just one blocker. Challenging Tox Carlos.
I feel for Arado, seeing what's coming, and then you see there are no blockers.
Yeah.
There's only one. Side to Meneses, through the block, kept alive, but not good enough for a third touch.
You're right, Eric. Right now, Petro Gazz is an answer to every Creamline onslaught. That's why they're ahead by 2 going into the latter part of this first set. Which, again for Petro Gazz, you should be happy with.
They're in control.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not a dominant performance from them by any measure, but they're in control so far of set number 1. And just as we say that, they give up a free point.
Out of control serve. Well, it's just a 1-point game here in the first set. We did say it. This looks like it's going to go the distance
Yeah.
as well so far.
And it's a matchup that can really go either way.
Yeah, that's true.
Combination play, Molina is rejected.
Yeah, that's a huge block for Jeanette Panaga.
And Panaga is the 4th best blocker of the conference, and she just showed us why right there.
Good read.
Pero ngayon, kailangan natin mag-stop 1:1 tayo. 1:1 lang.
Well, Coach Arnold Lanyog calling a timeout. His lead has evaporated now. If you take a look at Michelle Gumabao, has not played in the game. Will be coming off the bench here in game number 2.
Well, your guess is as good as mine as to when, but you know she will be injected into this match. Oh,
I was about to say she is one of the best servers in the league. Eliza Valdez, but that time around a free point for Petro Gazz.
it's okay. It's safe to say you did not jinx it, because you didn't say it yet.
Second best server, Eliza Valdez. Mayan Medres, we're seeing her for the first time. Former UE Lady Red Warrior.
Yeah, who fit pretty well with Petro Gazz.
Oh, wow. What a twist here in a very crucial stage of set number 1, wherein both teams throwing away points.
Exactly. You know, when we talk about mental toughness, this is where it boils down to.
Rose Vargas came off the bench in game number 1. Former FEU Lady Tamarao.
Good serve.
Saed chasing it down. Here comes Saltones. What a beautiful drop, but a great save.
Oh,
And look at Creamline turn it around and take the lead here late in the first set.
that's literally turning garbage into gold. We have to give that to Gemma Galanza, keeping that alive.
And then Tots Carlos with the finish right there. Petro Gazz must be on their toes here. Down by 1. Saet, another underhand set. Says Molina. Yes.
Tough angle there.
PETRO GAZZ really needed that one.
Yeah, for sure.
Can't afford to go down by 2 points here in the late part of the first set.
You know, and just Molina always makes it look so easy.
True.
It's like another day at the office.
Underhand set for Morado. Here comes Tots Carlos.
Wow. Okay, how many times have we said wow?
Only during the times Tots Carlos goes up. I mean, there are no words to describe the power and precision of Tots Carlos. I mean, how big she's been for CREAMLINE, especially in their last 3 or 4 matches.
Yeah, ever since, you know, the coaching staff of CREAMLINE decided to use her more than before, you know, she just really stepped up to the plate.
In the meantime, Kyle Negrito checking in for the first time along with Michelle Gumabao.
Yeah. And Michelle Gumabao is, you know, her, oh my. Another serve there, she said that. But yeah, Michelle Gumabao is just playing such a solid, confident. You know, and you like the way she accepts her role. I saw her in the huddles when she was already benched. She would go to Tots Carlos and every other player and try to encourage. And you like that about her. It's not like she's sitting, okay, I'm not playing. I'm gonna sit here.
Just an absolute team player.
Yeah.
Off-speed attack there from Galanza. Soltones picked up by Valdez. Negrito sets it up to Galanza.
Oh.
Yes! Gemma Galanza puts CREAMLINE on top by 1.
Yeah, just finding the line. But what about Negrito? And that set, we have to mention her as well. Look at that. Look at the back row of PETRO GAZZ, their defensive formation. Out of sync. There's really a huge hole there. Oh!
Soltones. Valdez over receive. Galanza picking it up. Free ball from De Jesus. Saet. They go to Soltones.
Oh!
There is a net violation. I think on Sato.
And you know, that's one thing even we don't want to see is after a good day and then there's a violation because somebody touched the net.
You want an emphatic ending
Yeah.
to a nice rally. 23 all, and we're going down the wire again here in the first set.
Enjoy the ride, folks.
Gonna be a free ball. Saet, where does she go to? Palma,
Oh!
cross-court, yes! PETRO GAZZ with 2 set points.
What about that set once again for Chisa and 1 blocker?
What a setup. Timeout here by the Cool Smashers.
Yeah, we just put one out. We're good.
And you've been hearing it. Just 1 good receive. That's all they need.
Yeah. And that split second contact with the receiver will make all the difference here in this first set.
Michelle Gumabao coming off the bench. Eliza Valdez. Obviously the best scorer in the conference.
Well, huge serve for Soltones.
Good receive.
Yeah.
Negrito. Valdez.
Oh,
What a
chance.
What a receive there. Ayla Atienza picking it up. Saet looking to close it. Negrito back to Valdez.
Oh,
Was that outside?
it looked out.
Nope. It was on the line. 24 all. Set point saved. Looks like it's going to be another 30-minute or so
Yeah.
first set.
Boy, everybody, you know, I'm sure the fans are holding
Yep.
their breath. And I thought it was out. It was too fast. But yeah, point for CREAMLINE.
edge of your seat action, and we're only in set number 1. Palma.
Oh.
Yes! Palma once again puts Petro Gazz at set point.
She's feeling it. Talk about Ren Palma. And Eliza Valdez is not a bad blocker. You know? We've seen a lot of stuff blocks, but she's just reading the defense pretty well.
And when she's in that kind of action, it's tough to
Yeah.
figure out where is the ball going to come through.
Agree.
Good receive by Valdez. Gumabaw. Block. Great coverage by Atienza. Valdez.
Oh.
Yes! Wow, both teams just trading big attacks.
Crucial kill for Eliza.
Gumabaw goes out along with Negrito, Morado, and Carlos back in for Greenline.
So you have a full front row right now. You want to take advantage of that. How about Creamline?
But first, they're going to have to defend. Should Petro Gazz receive here?
Good reception.
Pablo. Picked up by De Jesus. Here comes Carlos.
Wow.
Yes! And Creamline gets a whiff of set point here in the first 26-25.
Ngayon, bakit hindi natin mahuli yan? Mataas, mabilis. Kung hindi natin kaya sa dito, kasunod ko. Extend nyo na lang yung sa block. I-extend nyo. Magkano na sa kanya, ikaw.
So after 2 opportunities at set point, Noreen, Petro Gazz now facing Creamline with set point in hand.
Well, again, it's very close, but it's a matter of the stars coming out to play. And Eliza Valdez actually, that is a crucial kill for her.
Speaking of kills, Petro Gazz needs one right now. Meneses.
Oh.
Good dig from Galanza. Here comes Carlos again. Arado with the up. Pablo. That's outside. As Myla Pablo sends it just a tad long. And look at Creamline celebrate, knowing how hard fought that first set was.
What a set. What a set.
What a hard-fought set number one it was in game number two between CREAMLINE and PETRO GAZZ.
So yeah, it's like reminiscent of game number one, wherein somebody won just by 2 points, which is PETRO GAZZ, but this time it was CREAMLINE. But what a set! What a set that was! There was so much action, so much. Defense was there, offense for both teams for that matter. You can't take anything away from anyone. Someone has got to win and CREAMLINE prevailed. But it was just class action. We have Pablo, although that last error, but we have Pablo, Palma, Meneses, Valdez, Tots, Carlos. So it was a good game, but somebody had to win, and it was indeed CREAMLINE.
And this team matchup is brought to you by Ribisco.
Wow. I mean, if you're PETRO GAZZ, you have to be happy with these numbers. 17 attacks. You equal CREAMLINE Crew Smashers. And I said that was their greatest asset. Blocking, that's one thing obviously PETRO GAZZ has to work on. Giving away 5 blocks. Service aces, 1. And what about the unforced errors? 7 for CREAMLINE. That's pretty decent for them. So overall, both teams obviously following their game plan today. And things looking good. It was a great set. We have to give it to them. It's a great set, and we're looking forward here in the second set. What adjustments will each team make, especially PETRO GAZZ, because you're down a set.
And how about the CREAMLINE turning the tables on PETRO GAZZ and leading in blocks versus a team with the best blocker in the conference?
Exactly. But they're still ahead with unforced errors, which is the norm for CREAMLINE. But 7 is okay. It's
Much better
decent.
number.
Yeah.
Meantime, Chisait starts off set number 2 with an ace. PETRO GAZZ is on the board first.
Full front row for PETRO GAZZ again, wanting to start out strong.
What a dig for Atienza. A push by Carlos and nobody home.
Yeah, and speaking of Carlos, he's actually the leading scorer here with 7 points. Panaga with 5. For PETRO GAZZ, it's Palma with 4, tied with Meneses at 4. These are the top performers there in that first set.
So it's the other players, the backup scorers
Yeah.
that have been putting up the numbers for both teams.
We did say early in that first set, we can see and we can notice that the first option is going to their middles, and they both have responded. We saw Palma and Panaga at the topping the scorers list.
Meantime, Ces Molina off the outstretched arms of Tots Carlos. Pablo still has to get herself going, coming off a 26-point game.
You're right, yeah.
Meantime, Galanza, who came off the bench in game number 1, ties the game there.
But we have to mention also errors. We always talk about spikes and errors. But in game number 1, we have to mention that CREAMLINE also did it in defense. That's why they won that match. They outscored PETRO GAZZ in the non-scoring skills, 101 to 67 gigs.
That's right.
And 57 to 42 received. So they're an underrated defensive team, obviously, because always talking about spikes and errors. But they did it in defense. That's why they came up on top. So today, whoever actually defends the floor better has a bigger chance to win.
That's right. It's all Eliza's fault. Any team with Eliza will obviously, the focus will be how good they are offensively because of Eliza Valdez. But you're right. They're not just a good offensive team, they're a great defensive team as well, talking about CREAMLINE.
Yeah, and as watching that fourth set, they were keeping the ball alive, They were down one set, so they had to win the fourth set, talking about CREAMLINE, and they were doing it in defense.
Meantime, they couldn't defend the Palma tip in the middle there. PETRO GAZZ up by 2. Meneses. Tots Carlos gets it back. Soltones. And you see Chisay going to Soltones a lot because, that's one of the points we talked about at the start of the game.
Yeah. That support role for Myla Pablo. And you said it, Myla Pablo not yet exploding here in this match.
Spike of the set brought to you by Duncan.
Yeah, so you're looking at, people like Gressel Santones to carry the offensive load for PETRO GAZZ.
Carlos. How good has she been? Again, in the last 2 or 3 games of Creamline. I mean, her percentage is so high.
I wouldn't want to be in the shoes of the coaching staff of Creamline. You know, every game, do I put Michelle Gumabaw or do I put Tots Carlos?
What a problem. right?
Exactly.
She's only ranked 9th best in scoring, but after this conference, I'm sure that's going to go up. And there's an ace. She had a service ace in game number 1. There's another right there.
But we have to say, number 9, you said 9?
Yeah.
But she didn't really play it all that much in their first few outings,
That's
so
true.
imagine.
If she did, right? And her clip is currently 42.37 from the field. But that's going up as well after this conference is over.
You're bothering her, sir. Good serve.
Galanza. Here's Soltones. That's on the line.
That was close.
Yeah, we're very close. Maybe she knew it too.
Yeah. Sigh of relief.
Yep. Yeah, it was so close.
Yeah. But it did clip the line. So you can see the flight of the ball. No top spin whatsoever.
Tip by Morado was blocked by Soltones. Here comes Galanza.
Wow.
And Galanza, Tots Carlos, they're on point here in game number 2.
Yeah, that's why obviously Creamline is opting for this 6. You know, you have I call it the triangle offense. Close. No, because, you know, the positioning of Galanza, Valdez, and Tots Carlos.
1-2 play for Chisaet. Kept alive by Galanza. Valdez is into the net. So PETRO GAZZ takes us to our first technical timeout. Angels up by 3, 8-5 over the Cool Smashers, set number 2.
Scoring 16 roaring points, Queen Falcon Gemma Galanza is back and the fans are loving it. Gemma told me that she's ready and willing to contribute anything to the team for the points. Moreover, dahil nanalo na daw sila sa game 1, they're not just gonna be consistent, but they're even gonna do better for this next match. Team Captain Eliza, on the other hand, told her members in the huddle, kailangan natin maging mas madisiplina sa blocking. Now let's go back to set 2 with the service of Soltones.
Yeah, Gemma Galanza playing very well as a starter today. What a save there by Valdez. Pablo. That's not gonna fly, says first referee Rumer Pajarillo. That's a lift against Sato.
Again, you know, we've seen a lot of those calls, and there is a bit of gray area every time. It seems like it's not a lift. Oh yeah, it is. Okay, okay, sorry. No, but really, sometimes it looks like it's a fair ball, that they call it because of the position of the hand. But yeah, that was a good call. Not bad.
Biggest lead for the Angels right now at 4, 9 serving 5. Soltones.
Good serve.
Over received, but what a play there. Gia Morado, I mean, how many setters you know can pull off something like that?
He has mastered that, obviously.
That close to the net.
And Catarado was actually there.
Waiting for it.
Yeah.
Just outside on the serve for Risa Sato.
Oh yeah, if you're Creamline, you have to check that. You know, your unforced errors. Once again, you're down by 4 points here. You don't want to give Petrogas this second set. You know, you're down by 4, especially by giving away a lot of unforced errors.
And if you're Petrogas, you wanna join the party tomorrow because there's a game number 3 tomorrow. Choco Mucho staying alive, so you're thinking to yourselves, we gotta be there too. Managa with a tip. Pablo. Atienza with the up. Here comes Galanza. Molina picking it up. Meneses is blocked. Saet. Back row. Carlos blocked.
Good rally.
Here comes Valdez. Block. That goes outside. Point Creamline.
Yeah, you have to give it to both teams. Their coverage, you know, rally. I love it if coverage is working for both teams. It looks so smooth on both ends of the court.
Seven serving 10. Good receive. Pablo into the net.
One thing I noticed also in game number 1, Saet would set farther away from the net. I would see that. So Tones, Pablo, even Molina were recipients. And normally you do that because of your respect to your opponent's blocking prowess. But that one, I think they're so used to that. That one is a bit closer to the net and maybe the comfort isn't there. So let's see.
Net violation against Meneses. On her way down, I think she clipped the net. So Creamline with 3 straight points here. From down 10-6. They're going to be serving 9-10.
Yeah, frustration obviously setting in for Ria Meneses. He doesn't want to look.
Lumar Pajarillo trying to talk to Meneses. Meneses wants none of that. He wants to keep her focus in the game. But you heard referee Pajarillo saying no more extra motion.
But Meneses wouldn't even look.
A little help on the tape of the net, and Morado gets an ace, ties the game at 10.
We did say it's going to be close, and Creamline slowly but surely gets back into this game. But if you're Ria Meneses, you really got to shrug that off. You know, it is frustrating if you feel you didn't commit an error, but that's life. You know, it's called, the call stays. Oh,
Great serve by Gia Morado. That's an ace. 6th best server. She ought to be number 1 because of that. She puts Creamline on top with back-to-back points. 11-10, forcing Arnold Lanyok to call a timeout.
Kalmado na muna tayo. Oh, sige, pag i-one mo, kaya mo yan one-on-one eh. Tapos,
Well, this is 5 straight points, Noreen, from Creamline. From down 10-6, they're up 11-10. 2 straight aces from Gia Morado.
yeah, I think that's a great timeout because PETRO GAZZ, you have to settle down. You know, you had the lead, 4-point lead, and these errors really, you're just giving life to Creamline. But I heard when was that Soltones that it goes, somebody said out, and that girl should be shot.
Saet goes to Pablo. They want Pablo to get hot here. Goes above the blockers that time on the attack. What a set there for Tots Carlos. But Arado picking it up. Back row, Soltones.
Oh,
That hit the antenna as it was overset from De Jesus. PETRO GAZZ ties the game on a 3-point.
yeah, that's a chance for PETRO GAZZ. But you're right, though. Looking at the hits of Myla Pablo, there's no like the one we saw in game 1. That's what you know the PETRO GAZZ community is actually waiting for.
Carlos blocked. Morado sends it to Valdez. Outside.
Yeah, trying to elude the blockers, totally missed the line there.
So after 5 straight points, Petro Gazz breaks that run of Creamline and scores 2 straight.
Right, and this is a right opportunity for PETRO GAZZ with your full front row. You know, you have to take advantage of this and try to create more space between you and Creamline.
Wow, Tots Carlos once again. And it must be frustrating if you're either Meneses or Saed or Molina. Let's take a look at the spike of the set brought to you by Duncan. How do you stop Tots Carlos?
So we're talking about the best blocker of this conference. But Tots Carlos is totally demolishing that block.
Yeah.
We have to give it again to the setting of Morado because the blocking was actually slow to close. So that little gap was enough for Tots Carlos.
Meantime, another unforced error for Creamline as they give a free point to Petro Gazz here. 13-12.
Well, if you're Myla Pablo, if you can't find your range in the front row, you can do it by serving.
Good receive though from Atienza. Tots Carlos goes off speed. Arado was right there. Saet to Soltones, who's blocked at the net.
Yeah, we talked about Creamline also needing to do well in the blocking department. They showed it in the first set, and
Yep.
that's another one here in the second.
Galanza, great job there. They were 5-1, if I recall correctly. 5-1 in blocking in the first set. So Creamline, they're not known for that, but it helps, obviously, that they get 3 points off kill blocks.
Yeah, which is actually uncharacteristic for PETRO GAZZ because you have the best blocker of
Yep.
the conference and you just have one block. So that's one thing they need to be more aggressive with.
Oh, a rare error today from Tots Carlos.
Went for too much gas there.
Sometimes having all that power that backfires on you if you go a little out of control.
Yeah, that miss hit.
14 serving 13. Tots Carlos. Yes, wow. Tots Carlos, how good is she today?
She has been responding to the challenge. You know, she is now the first option of Creamline, and why not? You know, why not? She's been scoring.
I mean, she's punching holes on the defense, especially net defense of Petro Gazz today.
She seems winded going for that serve.
Molina, what a dig from Carlos, but there is a net violation against Galanza.
And that's what we were saying earlier. And it's painful to watch after a good dig off a good spike, and then it's a net violation.
Takes away all that hype.
Yeah.
1 point game, 15-14, Petro Gazz. Galanza. Back row, Pablo. What a tough set there for Morado. Saet, 1-2 play. Valdez was right there.
Yeah.
Galanza, block.
And no whistle.
Galanza once again. Yes!
You know, whatever the read is, the previous play, no call. As long as the referee does not whistle, the play continues.
Spike of the set brought to you by Duncan. Tema Galanza, right place at the right time. Ties the game at 15.
Yep, that was pretty.
Palma tipping it. De Jesus to Valdez.
Oh.
That's outside. That's way out. Petro Gazz. They've been getting a lot of free points from Creamline here in set number 2. And that's why they're up by 1, 16-15 in the second set. slim 1-point advantage for PETRO GAZZ versus CREAMLINE. Set number 2. Nagbabalik ang nag-iisang Edward Landslide Polayang sa octagon para labanan ng rising Chinese martial artist na si Zhang Lipeng. Resbakbaka na sa One Battleground 2 ngayong Biyernes, August 13, 9 p.m. pagkatapos ng PVL. Meantime, a 1-point lead for PETRO GAZZ, 16-15 against CREAMLINE, although they are down 1-0.
Yeah, that's a Riza Sato kill right there, as you were mentioning that.
Block on Valdez.
The cover.
Valdez tries again, this time down the line. What an adjustment by Valdez.
Really like it that she reads her opponent. Your defenders, actually. She got blocked. Okay, I'll go this way. Down the line.
You're shutting the cross. This lane is open. 16 all. Myla Pablo really out of sync today. And you've got to wonder, is she feeling something? Because she's coming off a 26-point performance.
Maybe fatigue setting in for her. And the coach heard you.
CREAMLINE up by 1. Asmean Mendrez checks back into the game.
Yeah, and how apt that they focus on Cesc Molina, because right now she has got to carry this PETRO GAZZ team.
Valdez down the line again. That's wide.
So I was looking at cheese side saying it went through the antenna.
But shouldn't the score be 17 serving 18?
Right, I think they're gonna change it in a bit.
Should be a 1-point game here. Palma serves for PETRO GAZZ. Battle at the net, won by Mendrez, so she's making an impact off the bench.
What a substitution! And for PETRO GAZZ, we like that because that should build the confidence of Mean Mendrez.
So it's 18 all now after the adjustment made on the scoreboard. Serve looked like it was going long. Panaga with the attack.
They did.
Mendrez picked up by Galanza. Here comes Carlos once again into the net. Another rare error from Fox Carlos, has been playing the perfect game today.
Well, she's been going for her shots, but that clips the net.
Timeout by CREAMLINE here, down by 1. Not much goes on, is said, in the huddle of CREAMLINE.
Well, you know, a lot of times they let the players talk it out. Because you have such veteran players like Eliza Valdez et al. So, yeah.
And it goes to show the maturity of the team, right? When you just let, I mean, we're going to call it a timeout, but you guys just talk it out and work things out.
Yeah. The coaching staff for them. We're not naggers.
We step back and let you do your thing. Valdez is blocked. That's not coming back. PETRO GAZZ now up by 2, 20-18.
Well, how huge is that block for PETRO GAZZ coming off the timeout?
And what a time for it to come.
Yeah.
They've really struggled in a department where they really should be good at.
That's true. And the 2 points right now is a cushion for any team.
With the way things are going, it's a luxury.
Good serve.
Valdez again. That down the line has always been open for Valdez.
Well, it's just but right. If you have an option to go against the #1 blocker in the conference, you'll opt to go to the other person, whoever she may be.
1-point game. Remember, she had 2 aces here in set number 2. That should put PETRO GAZZ on their toes here.
Oh,
Ooh, lucky break for the Angels. How rare is that as well? A service error from Gia Morado.
look at that reaction. Oh, chance right now for PETRO GAZZ to create a little bit more space between them and CREAMLINE.
Good serve from Saet. Tots Carlos. What a dig for Arado.
Yeah.
Carlos tries again. Arado was right there. There's a net violation, this time on Molina.
Boy, but when you look at the set of Gio Morado, it was low and fast. And this because Tots Carlos also likes those sets, no? Because he's very quick as an athlete. The blockers are slow to react.
1-point game looking to tie Valdez and the Cool Smashers. Mendrez. That didn't cross the net, so we're tied at 21.
Well, Coach Arnold, is it time to bring back Mina Pablo? Is it a few minutes enough rest for her? Good serve.
Comes Molina. What a dig there for De Jesus. A dump by Mendrez, kept alive. Carlos winds up again. Wow. Such an amazing attacker.
Those hug sets says it all for CREAMLINE.
Cool Smashers up by 1, 22-21. Second set.
Yung ano eh, yung minimal mistake natin, yun yung kumakain.
Soltones, Chisaet, Meneses, Palma, Molina, they need to really step up here right now. I mean, if they don't, you go down 0-2 in a match against CREAMLINE, your 1 foot is out the door already.
That's true. But they have to realize first that they can do it. You know, again, it's a collective effort.
Yep. Meneses, yes.
That's one way to do it.
Stack points, take a look at CREAMLINE. 14-6, that's how much better they've received and have put together plays in set number 2.
Well, they just have this uncanny ability to convert.
Carlos. Back to Carlos. Wow. With just one blocker, Cesc Molina had no chance.
Seems like she's not getting tired. Talking about Tots Carlos.
Whatever she had for lunch, I want that as well. She's just quick to the ball. I mean, powerful attacks. Like what you mentioned. I mean, she still looks. I mean, she was huffing and puffing a while ago, but I mean, she recovers very quickly.
Yeah, she has 10 more wins.
Yeah.
Second win, third win, fourth win.
Service ace from Rose Vargas off the bench, and CREAMLINE with 2 set points here.
Look at that reaction from Vargas.
To get that against the best receiver as well in the league.
Yeah, but you know, that reception says it all. The frustration right now of Kat Arado.
Yeah.
It's just like her shoulders just dropped.
Molina, that was softened by the blockers. Here comes Galanza, and everybody is contributing, chipping in. And take a look at the happy of the Cool Smashers as they take a 2-0 advantage against PETRO GAZZ. 25-22. 25-22. Still close, but Creamline more in control, so to speak, because of how they finished the second set.
Actually, the score of the second set doesn't feel like that what happened in the second set, because it felt like Creamline had the edge, you know, but when you look at the score, it seems like it's not. But the story of that second set really, Creamline stepping up at the right time, especially this person you're looking at right now.
Yeah.
Tots Carlos, we're talking about how relentless she is. Every time she goes for the kill, it's all in for her. Whether or not, yeah, she'll commit errors, but she's been playing well. And of course, you have to give it also to the setting of Gia Morado, just knowing the right time to set it low or high.
And you take a look at our statistics after set number 2.
There you go. You know, attacks again, Creamline's way, 16-7. And we said it, in the first set, it was close because PETRO GAZZ was able to equalize that output, which obviously now they're lacking. They're missing the services of Myla Pablo, who played so well in that first game. Look at the unforced errors.
Yeah.
13. And even with 13 unforced errors, they had those aces and those attacks to kind of negate these unforced errors. That's why, you know, Creamline just at the end of that second set, just, you know, just cruise the bit. But you're PETRO GAZZ, you know, for me, you were peaking at the right time going into game number 1. You shouldn't let that loss dampen your spirits. You have to keep fighting because that is your character. And you want to show that in today's game. You're down by 2, but you're not out. So what are you going to do? What are you going to do right now?
Misset there by Chisaet. Statistics, by the way, brought to you by Ribisco. Not the kind of start you want if you're Coach Arnold Danyog and PETRO GAZZ. Down 2-0. And no, that's going to be 4 touches.
Yeah.
But the person who really needs to step up here, Myla Pablo.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. Because people are really relying, her team is relying on her. She is the heart and soul of this team. And you felt it in game 1. You know, everybody played well. You just fell short. But right now, it's make or break for PETRO GAZZ. Myla Pablo's got to shrug it all off, shake it all off, and come out and just swing away here in set number 3.
But while Pablo tries to figure out how to get, you know, her rhythm in this match, because she hasn't really gotten hot. The defense also has to figure out how to stop Tots Carlos. I mean, if they can't stop Tots Carlos, it probably will be game over for PETRO GAZZ today.
Well, you're talking about Tots Carlos. That was her 16th point, leading the scorers with Galanza at 9. For PETRO GAZZ, Meneses with 6, and Molina and Palma tying with 5 apiece. So again, Myla Pablo not the fold. That's one thing you need.
That's one area of concern.
Yeah.
But then, I mean, we talked about how Saltones has to, you know, put up double-digit numbers, I mean, close to 20s. Meneses has to really be good. Palma as well, but none of those players right now have been picking up the load that is missing from Myla Pablo.
That's right. That's why for me, PETRO GAZZ, you have to settle down. That's a good way to start a run. Maybe make Gia Meneses the focal point of your offense right now, because someone has got to lead. You know, make Gia Meneses, and then later on, everybody's going to follow suit. So it's really strategy for PETRO GAZZ.
Gonna be a free ball here from Panaga. Saet sets it up. Meneses, back-to-back points for her.
So that's a smart set, because obviously Creamline did not adjust. Just one blocker against Gia Meneses. Why not? Right now, but if you're Creamline, you realize that Tots Carlos has got to help out.
Panaga, that's picked up by Arado. Now, one of the reasons they can't really get as many attacks as they want to is because they haven't been really able to set up their offense.
Yeah, you know, you kind of felt at that before that error that, you know, things are looking good for PETRO GAZZ, and then that error. That's why we always say you try to minimize those errors.
Including those. Service ace for Panaga as Soltones again let that one go. Probably the third time she's let a serve go thinking it was outside.
Well, if you're in doubt, really, coaches would always say, just go get it. You know, just grab it.
Soltones. There's Molina. How good has the defense been of Creamline? That time around it gets through, but 2 straight blocks
Yeah.
for Creamline at the net. Spike of the set brought to you by Duncan from Gretzel Soltones.
Well, obviously, they're rising up to the challenge. You know, that you're going up against a good blocking team. You also want to have your numbers as well. So, yeah, they've been very aggressive at the net.
Fox Carlos going up. And again, that's been the main weakness of PETRO GAZZ. The attacks of Tots Carlos and how to receive it, stop it, or manage it.
Well, if you're PETRO GAZZ, you've studied Tots Carlos in first and second set. You know that she always hits it through the blockers, and it's high. So you want to adjust your defensive formation and move a bit closer to the line because she hasn't really hit like straight to the center. It's all down the line or hits it off the blockers. So you have to make your adjustments. At least it's easier moving forward than moving back.
Wow. Service ace from Tots Carlos. The Creamline is up by 1 here. 18 points for Carlos.
We ain't done yet.
Molina, yes.
It's a good start here for PETRO GAZZ. You have to keep it close.
And the energy doesn't seem to be very high for PETRO GAZZ right now.
Agree.
Galanza. Arado was right there. Soltones. Yes. So back-to-back solid attacks from PETRO GAZZ could probably lift their spirits up here.
Well, they are fighting for their lifeline.
Yeah.
The PVL lifeline here.
Do-or-die set in a do-or-die game.
Yeah.
That's where PETRO GAZZ is right now. Combination play. And Galanza knocks it in.
Just twisting in midair. Look at this slow-mo. Hitting it off the blocker.
I mean, how good has the supporting cast been for the Cool Smashers today? Tots Carlos, Gemma Galanza. Panaga has scored some kill blocks as well. There's Eliza Valdez working it on the defensive end as they get 2 straight points and send us to our first technical timeout. Cool Smashers up by 1 over the Angels, set number 3.
Set 3. For the PETRO GAZZ Angels, Coach Arnold reminded the girls ang kanilang ultimate goal for this set. Girls, huwag niyong kakalimutang i-identify ang inyong target. As much as kailangan nilang lakasan ng depensa, kailangan din nilang patayin yung bola agad. Kaya kailangan makapag-adjust sila sa court dahil sabi ng assistant coaches nila yung minimal errors ng Petro Gas Angels yung naghihila sa kanila pababa. Kaya let's see kung babawi sila this set 3. It may be or may not be the final set.
Another service ace as Soltones once again lets that one go. Galanza scores from the service area. 2-point lead for Creamline. And going back to that report by Ayi, they may have very few unforced errors, and Creamline may have as much as double.
Yeah.
But they're just not playing at the same level right now as Creamline.
And of course, if you use game 1 as a benchmark to
Yeah.
what Petrogas can do, yeah, it's actually kind of far from that.
Valdez scores, but it seems, let's take a look here, if it crossed the net. I don't know. That's what Syed was saying. They didn't touch it, but the score nevertheless will go to Creamline up by 3 now.
Pero hindi pa tapos, guys. Tapos tayo. Nag-pass na sa akin. Sa'yo na, matik na yun. Sige, sabi mo nag-pass ko lang. Let's go! Tara.
You hear the girls communicating, especially Soltones, about that unforced error on the receive. She says, pag lampas na sa akin, I guess she's trying to say, somebody else pick it up.
Yeah. Because actually they do it in practice, and the doubts, I think, setting it right now, they're overthinking things because Soltones is a very good receiver. So uncharacteristic errors for her.
Soltones through the block, picked up by Sato. Fox Carlos. Myla Pablo with the first touch. Soltones. Here comes Valdez. Yes. I mean, everything. Right now, Creamline touches, it turns into a point.
And funny, you were actually,
As we take a look at the spike of the set brought to you by Duncan.
yeah, you were actually saying, you know, the support cast of Creamline just playing well. And then, I mean, I was actually about to say, and so Eliza Valdez is playing her supportive role, and then she gets a stuff block, and then she gets a couple of kills right now. So she wants to get into the scoring act as well. She wants to enjoy the party.
Sato, that's outside. If you're Petro Gazz, one of the things you should take advantage of is the numerous 3 points you get from Creamline each and every set. But right now, I mean, no matter how close the game is, they can't seem to capitalize on those and then use that as a launch pad to really get control of a set.
Yeah, well, obviously they've got to pass better. Once they're able to pass, they can do combination plays and get those attack numbers. Because set 1, they had the same attack points. Set 2, it was by double. Creamline double the output of Petro Gazz. That's why you need to be more aggressive. You need to convert. You need your plays.
Biggest lead of Creamline right now, 12-8. Pablo. But those points and highlights have been few and far between for Myla Pablo. And that's not going to cut it. If you're Petro Gazz, you're not going to win with Myla Pablo putting in 8 to 12 points a game.
But that's a start, though, for the Petro Gazz fans. That's a start. You know, you just gotta hope with your favorite player. You know, for the fans, if you're a Myla Pablo fan, you just gotta hope with her that, you know, just wakes up.
Panaga scoring against a single lady block. Everybody getting in on the act once again for the Pool Smashers.
Well, defense also working for Creamline. We said it, they played an outstanding defensive game in game 1.
And you gotta credit Gia Morado, the conference's best setter, for running the offense of Creamline like a well-oiled machine. And there's a block point for Panaga right there. Everybody and everything going right for Creamline.
Reading this really well.
The
Tots Carlos had a hand in that. Look at that reaction.
And if you're Petro Gazz right now, how frustrating is it? You're down 2 sets, you're down a game in this best of 3, and you're facing a team that can seem to do no wrong, Lorene.
Well, again, you know, you are given what is given. It's in front of you. So how do you respond? That is every athlete's challenge for me. It is what it is. I think that's the best term. It is what it is right now, but it ain't over. So you have to respond to the challenge of what's next.
I mean, it's a game of, sports is a game of adjustments, right?
Yeah.
Nothing is handed to you on a silver platter. So obviously that one team has a game plan, you have yours as well. And whoever adjusts better in the middle gets a leg up.
Yeah, and giving up actually has no place right now for Petro.
Nagbabalik ang nag-iisang Edward Landslide Fulayang sa octagon para lumaban at labanan ang rising Chinese martial artist na si Zhang Lipeng. Resbakbaka na sa One Battleground 2 ngayong Biyernes, August 13, 9 p.m. pagkatapos ng PVL. That's outside. Petro Gazz. That's going to be a tall order right now for them, as this is the biggest lead by any team in the match.
But again, you know, you get a free point off that hitting error from Tots Carlos. You have to build from there. It ain't over. Again, you can't give up. For your franchise, for your fans, you have to just, you know, if this is going to end in 3 sets, you have to end with a bang.
Mendrez coming off the bench. Valdez on the other side picking it up. Arado will set it. Mendrez. Is that on the line? Nope. 7-point lead for the Cool Smackers. And CREAMLINE looking to run away with it here in the 3rd set.
Yep, that was clearly out. But, you know, also right now with the help of the errors on the side of Petro Gazz.
Mendrez. Here comes Tots Carlos again. That's outside. Oh, but there's a check ball. Coach Arnold Lanyog calls a timeout here as CREAMLINE is looking very solid here in the 3rd set. Coach Arnold Lanyog in the right frame of mind here, as the players complaining about a missed call. They're saying walang check ball sa palo ni Tots Carlos, and they're stuck there. Meanwhile, Coach Arnold Lanyog trying to say, bayaan nyo na yan, let's move on.
But he may have a point. We were actually looking for that possible check. But anyway, again, foul stays.
Molina making it a 7-point game. But with the way it's been and the body language of PetroGAZZ, they're going to need more than just, you know, few points here and there in order to come back in this game.
They have to mount a rally.
And
Yeah, that could be a start, but good save.
they need stops here. Molina blocked. Speaking of stops, it's CREAMLINE with all the answers today, Naveen.
It is actually ironic that you were looking for a stop from PetroGAZZ, but they're the ones who got stopped.
Gemma Galanza is fired up. Why shouldn't she?
And you know the feeling. I mean, you can feel for Gemma Galanza. She's been comfortable with the starting six. Then she gets relocated in the bench. Then she gets a chance to play. You know, it's just how these players respond to what's given them. Wow.
And SS? Yes. You see the Angels, they get a good stop. They can score as Malabanan checks in for the first time for PetroGAZZ. But it's the stops we're looking for. Again, they've got to prevent CREAMLINE from scoring if they are to bounce back here in set number 3.
Right. Well, it's going to start with one good serve, and for PetroGAZZ, you're hoping Jerry D. Malabanan can provide that.
Carlos.
Oh,
Net violation. It's a net touch, says Lumer Pajarillo, and Palma saying, was it me?
well, it looks like it was Cess Molina because she walked away.
8-point lead. CREAMLINE
Oh,
looking poised here. Just as I say that, service error. Stops Carlos.
nowhere near. Well, 7 points down. Again, you're not out of it.
But with a lead like this, Sato connects there in a game that's had very close sets, and to be down by, what is this, 8?
Yeah.
It's, you know, PetroGAZZ will need a miracle to bounce back here.
But it's not impossible.
That's true.
But we like to say, you know, after game 1, it was a close match. It could have gone either way. It's how you define the character of a team you lost. But in the next game, like here in game 2, how will you respond to that? Your mental toughness has got to come in play. And whatever happens here, which it looks like it's going the way of CREAMLINE, PetroGAZZ has got to learn from that. You know, from game 1 to game 2, what the difference in performance is. And moving forward, that's what they have to work on.
Palma gets the call reversed by Lumer Pajarillo. PetroGAZZ scores. 7-point game. Oh, but Sato, it's back-to-back points for Risa Sato. Right now, CREAMLINE playing so loose, so freely.
Well, the passing is there. Of course, yes, Gia Morada's setting. Yeah, offense is flowing for CREAMLINE.
Molina from the back row.
Good save.
Another chance to score here. Palma with the tip that's outside. As things unraveling for the PetroGAZZ Angels.
You're right, Dave. But you know, that's the difference, really. Palma was blocked earlier by Eliza, single block coverage. And look, one good block will actually make the spiker think twice on what to do.
And adjust.
Yeah.
Miscue there from Panaga.
Yeah, Palma makes up for that previous error.
But it's going to take a lot for Petro Gazz to come back here. Not to say they can't do it, but I mean, by the trend of the first two sets, I'm looking at the deficit here. This is more than just a mountain to climb if you're the Angels. Good dig from Molina. Mendres. That's outside. CREAMLINE now at match point. And you've got to wonder what happened to Myla Pablo. Is she okay? Did she get injured? She didn't play as many minutes as she did in game number 1. And also not the same kind of output today.
Well, for me, regardless of what she's going through, you have to give it to her in the way she performed here in this conference. If you're Petro Gazz and a Myla Pablo fan, you just have to be happy. They started out kind of rocky, but they made it into the Final Four and they gave chase to CREAMLINE. So that in itself is already success and victory. And you just have to look to the next conference and keep supporting your team.
You've got a good core here.
Yeah.
Meneses especially is a rising star for Petro Gazz Angels. You've got veterans like Palma, Chisaet, Ces Molina, Soltones as well. It's a very good core for Petro Gazz moving forward. And you've got the best receiver and digger in Arado as well. That's outside, and that's it. The CREAMLINE Cool Smashers with that happy motto will punch through to the finals and eliminate Petro Gazz today.
Yeah, how deserving. I mean, they worked hard in game 1 and in the first set of this match, and they deserve it. They played really well.
3-set win after a 5-set victory in game number 1. It's a sweep by the Cool Smashers over the Angels after game number 2. Back for the finishing touches of our second game this Monday. It is CREAMLINE with a big 3-set win over Petro Gazz in game number 2, best of 3 semifinals, Noreen.
Yeah, well, a lot of people would have wanted this to go to a 5-setter, but it is not to be today. CREAMLINE just, showed us that they wanted it more. But hats off to the effort of Petro Gazz as well. They've come this far. They've, given CREAMLINE a challenge in game 1 and in the first set. But they come up short. But again, looking to the next conference and how good this team can still be is a bright spot for the fans of Petro Gazz.
But for CREAMLINE, so many players stepped up today. It was difficult to figure out who the best player is. It's a surprise, and she's right now with Aitinsay.
Good evening, PVL fans. Here with me is player of the game, Tots with 21 points. You closed the final set and now the CREAMLINE Cool Smashers is in the finals. Ano yung nagpupush sa'yo to do better every set and every game?
Actually, I don't know. I'm just really happy to play with the team eh. So, ewan ko, sobrang saya talaga ng puso ko pag naglalaro. And I haven't, di ko
Kumbaga talaga, nagta-translate yung happiness talaga, yung good vibes ng team nyo. Nakikita talaga sa court.
Yes, I'm so sorry. I'm so speechless.
And alam mo, okay lang maging speechless because now you're in the finals. Meron pa akong isang tanong, what can we expect? The fans are waiting for your place sa finals. So ano yung maibibigay nyo pa na bago?
So yeah, we're still waiting for the final contender. So kung sino pa yung makakalaro namin, of course, we will scout pa rin. We will study kung
Yes.
sino yung makakalaro namin. And then, I guess it's really the happy mantra for us. Eh.
Tama.
So, yeah.
Ayan, congratulations again, Tots. And the rest of the Creamline Cool Smashers expect an intense matchup for Game 3 with the Cherry Tigo crossovers and the Choco Mucho Flying Titans tomorrow.
All right, thank you. Thank you, Ai. She can be speechless all she wants because she let her game do all the talking today. Tots Carlos top scoring for the Cool Smashers. Let's take a look at some of the highlights of this 3-set win by Creamline.
Yeah, again, a lot of people want it longer, but it's not to be. But this series, just gave us all the entertainment that is needed for a game. When you put it all together, Game 1 and Game 2, again, all the action, all the drama just is there. So, thank you to both Petro Gazz and Creamline for this series, because it's a learning experience, obviously, for Petro Gazz and even for Creamline as they look to the finals and as they wait for their opponent, which opponent to play. But again, it was a good series.
Yep. It started out looking like it was going to be a replay of game number 1 where we had an extended first set, 27-25. Set number 2 was also pretty close, 25-22. So both teams highly competitive, playing good volleyball. And Creamline, for Petro Gazz fans, must have been happy seeing they had many unforced errors as per usual. But they turned it around huge in set number 3.
For sure. I mean, everybody just played well. Offense flowed because of good passing, good defense. And yeah, for Petro Gazz, it's just you're looking for somebody to lead in terms of numbers, your vocal leader, and it just fell short for them. But again, no fingers to point at because it is a collective effort. It's a team effort. If this player doesn't play well, someone has got to step up. And that's one thing they will learn eventually.
And another thing is Creamline also they just shut down everybody. They shut down Myla Pablo, they shut down Ria Meneses. There were a few points from Ces Molina, but obviously not enough. Just great defense by Creamline overall, able to limit the output of Petro Gazz en route to a 3-set win and a place in the finals.
Well, they just rose to the challenge. Blocking was big for them.
Tomorrow, only one game, the pivotal game number 3 between the Cherry Tigo crossovers and the Choco Mucho Flying Titans. That series tied at 1 match each. Thank you to our director, Raul De Ocampo, and executive producer, Malu Neri. Oh, it's been a pleasure calling this series, but there's one more for all you guys tomorrow before the finals. Creamline already there, waiting for the winner between Choco Mucho and Sherry. For Noringo, I'm Eric Dipan. Thank you for watching our coverage of the Premier Volleyball League right here on One Sports.